Hey crafty friends, staying with the Rowdy Raven, and today we are going to make a junk journal cover. I know that I mentioned in one of my more recent videos that I'd gotten into junk journaling. So my plan for this video is to start a series where we are going to complete a junk journal. For this video series, I'm going to be using this paper pad from Echo Park that I got many moons ago at Tuesday Morning when they were still a thing. So I like to make my junk journals with lots of writing room because that's the whole purpose, is to write things in it. So I thought this would be cute for like a baking journal or a gardening journal. Or maybe if you have lots of chickens or you breed chickens because of the chicken paper, to keep track of your breeding program, or whatever. So we're going to use this paper pad. The most important thing to make the cover is we're going to use this piece of cardboard in the back. So tear that off. Don't throw away your covers from your paper pads or your backing to your paper pads, because those make great junk journal covers. They're not flimsy, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is, I like my junk journals, I like to be able to just fold an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper in half, which would make my junk journal need to be 8 3/4 by 5 3/4. So I'm gonna grab my big paper cutter here. And get my little arm out for it. Okay. And I'm going to trim this portion off so this hole's not here. So I want to trim it at 8 3/4 inches, which is going to be right here. That may be okay. Then I'm going to cut it at 11.5 inches. Okay. All right, and there is the beginning of my cover. Now, I can move this out of the way for now. Okay, I don't keep these. There's nothing that I do with those. So I'm gonna bring my score. I have so many paper cutters. Isn't that crazy? And I'm going to score it at 5 3/4. Not this blade, the score blade. Okay? All right. And I'm gonna fold it in half. And I just think this is the perfect size for a junk journal cover. Okay. I'm gonna fold it in half and score it so that it lays flat. Okay. Now, just gonna put that aside. I'm gonna bring my paper pad back in, and now I'm gonna figure out which paper I want to use for my cover. So I love this rose paper. These are single-sided paper, so that makes it a little bit easier. I love the rose paper. I love this chicken paper. I love this paper. I also love this paper. So I think what I'm gonna do here is this is cute. This paper is really cute. And then we start repeating. So I think I'm going to use this for something. Okay. And then I need to pick an inside because you want to cover both sides of your cardboard. So I like the plaid. I don't want to do the daisies on the inside because I don't want two different flowers. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this on the outside. Maybe not. So many decisions, friends. So many decisions. Maybe I'll do this on the inside. So the roses on the outside and this on the inside. Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring my cover back in, and remember, I want to do the roses on the outside and the plaid on the inside. So I think that's going to be what I want. So to glue that down, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac and my silicone spreader. And I'm just going to put a glop of... So when I do my covers, I work one side at a time. So I'm going to put a glop of this glue. I don't want to go too close to the edges. I don't want it oozing out the side. So I'm just going to put a glop of this glue and see how far we can spread it. And the good thing about that is if it's too much, we can spread it onto that side. So it normally isn't too much. So gonna do the inside first, and then we'll do the outside. You want to make sure you get right up into that crease because you're going to want to mash that paper into that crease right there so that it doesn't buckle when you try to flatten it out, and then when you try to fold it. But you definitely want to get it to, and I want to hold this up because I don't want it getting all over. You definitely want to get it to the edges of your paper or your cover or your, you know, what's going to be your cover. Had I known junk journals were so easy, I probably would have gotten into them sooner. I have so much paper, and starting making junk journals has really helped me start using what I have. So again, just want to make sure you get it all the way to the edges of your paper. You can spread it with your finger if you want to. I do not. I do not like that. All right. So now what I'm going to do, once I make sure I get it into there, is line up my paper and press it down. Okay, move that out of the way. So I'm gonna first press with my hands, and I'm not lined up great, so then I'm gonna take my bone folder and rub. Okay, probably do it from this side. Make sure I don't have any oozy spots. Okay. All right. Then I'm gonna take and do my other side. So same thing. again, want to make sure I get it in all the spots. Make sure I get my glue. Make sure I get my glue in my crease. And then we're going to do the same thing again. Make sure we get it in the crease. And as you go, you can kind of fold it down as you go. Okay, add a little more glue here. And we're going to do the same thing. Just make sure we have it. It's a little messy, the cover portion, a little bit, but you know, it's fun. All right, then we're going to make sure we got our cover, got our crease real, oh, look at that. Got our crease real well. Again, a little bit messy. Okay. Ooh, made a mess. I'm just going to take my fingers and clean that off. And I will wipe it here. All right. Now, inside of the cover is done. I'm going to take a wipey and wipe just in case I got glue, because I can't tell you how many covers I've ruined by putting them in glue that was on the desk already. And as you can tell, I need a silicone mat. Okay. So now I want to take it and fold it. Make sure I'm folding it so that it's, oh. So this is the inside. I did get some glue here. The good thing about Fabri-Tac is you can just roll it into a booger and kind of get it off. All right. So this is going to be the inside, but what I want to do is make sure I have it into that crease there. Okay. So if it's not perfect, it doesn't matter. That's where the paper is going to be attached, so you won't really be able to see it. The front cover is going to be more important to make sure that we have it nice and tight on there. So also on my journals, anything like this, I'm going to put a pocket here. So that's going to be hidden. I'm not going to see it. Doesn't matter. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna take my scissors and trim the excess off. And then we're gonna do the front. It's kind of hot here in North Carolina today. We're supposed to have rain for like the next good portion of the week, so I thought I'd get some videos in. Get some of these junk journal videos that I've been wanting to do in. I'm getting my scissors all goopy, but just trimming as close to the cardboard as I can. Okay. Now, it appears I didn't line this up great. However, we will fix that later. Okay. So there's the inside of my cover. Again, as you can see, it's not perfectly lined up. I'll just trim a slim little portion off that, okay? So this is my inside. Now we're gonna turn it around, wipe my desk again, and do the outside. This is the side to be very careful on. So what I want to do, because I want it to be tight up against this, okay? I'm gonna fold my paper in half. This paper is non-directional. Doesn't matter which way I fold it, okay? So I'm gonna fold it in half already. And I'm gonna crease it so that it's tight, okay? Okay, now I'm gonna take my paper, lay it on my cover, see how pretty that's gonna be? And I'm gonna do one side at a time. So when I do this, wipe my little glue thing here. I wanna make sure I start here, okay? Because I want my crease to be very adhered very well. Again, I am not a pro at junk journaling. Not even close. However, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Okay, then I'm going to put glue all over my paper. Now remember, this is the side we want to be super careful on. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this. And basically, make sure I've got it down super tight. Now, I don't like to do a lot of inking and stuff on my junk journals. So, okay. So that's one side. Oh no, did I mess anything up? Nope, not yet. Okay. Then I'm gonna take it, fold it over this way, add more glue in the crease, and make sure that I add enough glue that it's going to adhere my cover well. Okay, and then I'm going to take my paper and do the same thing on this side. Okay, then I'm gonna put it down and do the same thing. And then we're gonna set it aside and let it dry. So once I adhere this really well, make sure I've got it adhered very well. We're just gonna set it aside and let it dry. So the first thing I'm gonna do when I set it aside to let it dry is I'm gonna let it dry flat. I'll let it dry flat until all these globs that have come out the sides are dry. And then what I'll do is I'll fold it in half and put it under something heavy so that the crease, I'll make sure that the crease is very well adhered. So there you go. There's our cover. I'm gonna trim it up and I'll be back in the next video to show you how to make some pages. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like and a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Do you junk journal? Let me know down below. Have you ever thought about junk journaling? Have you ever thought about making yourself a planner? They're really easy. I know it seems intimidating, but we have so much paper, beautiful paper, and when this is done and we've worked through the whole thing, I think you guys are gonna want to try it. I really do. So go forth and be crafty, my friends. I'll be back with part 2. We're gonna make some pages for our junk journal. Have a great day. Bye for now.